Here's a secret about Ripper the Clown. A few years ago, I was abducted by aliens. Unlike other abductees, however, I was only abducted once. And there's a reason for that. Even the aliens don't want to deal with Ripper the Clown on a regular basis. Why, you may ask? Well, because I'm a special snowflake, that's why. At the time of my abduction, I was living in Roswell, New Mexico, having just moved from Skinwalker Ranch. Late one night, I was playing Space Invaders, listening to UFO's first album, UFO 1, while E.T. played on the VCR. All of a sudden, the house illuminated, and these little men walked inside. They looked like miniature aliens from the 1988 sci-fi classic They Live, starring Rowdy Roddy Piper. But unlike Roddy Piper, I was too bewildered to chew bubblegum and kick ass, even if I lacked the former to do the latter. Look, I couldn't have chewed bubblegum and kicked ass if I had an entire case of Hubba Bubba bubblegum stuffed in my mouth and an endless supply of Roddy Piper coconuts. The kind he hit Jimmy Snuka on the head with. The aliens took the needle off the record, took the joystick out of my hand, ejected E.T. from the VCR, and I was off. By the way, this is the bodybuilding pose that Arnold Schwarzenegger recommended to that puny wannabe in the fake documentary Pumping Iron. So anyway, I was off, blasting through space at 671 million miles per hour. Here's another secret about Ripper the Clown. I get carsick. I mean, I really get carsick. I get dizzy, my white skin turns green, I get queasy, and I vomit. And if I'm not in the front seat, I'll get carsick going 20 miles an hour down side roads. So guess what happened when we blasted away at the speed of light? It seems the aliens wanted to probe me and take various bodily fluids under their own controlled conditions. However, the last thing the aliens wanted was to have their 220-pound angry clown abductee projectile vomiting all over their spaceship. And you know what? They probably weren't too happy with the explosive diarrhea either, which had nothing to do with motion sickness, but because I ate a questionable bean burrito for supper that night. Look, this was the shortest alien abduction in the secret, ridiculed history of alien abductions. I had no missing time because I was only gone 10 minutes. At the speed of light, literally, the aliens flew me back to my house and dropped me off. One of the aliens cursed me out in some strange language, angrily pointing at the mess I made, and then in English he told me, "You're no Roddy Piper," and they were off. Like a greased up Arnold Schwarzenegger posing in front of a crowd that's cheering for him because he took steroids. So anyway, they were off, presumably to the nearest spaceship detailing shop to have everything cleaned and fumigated. The next day I called Bigfoot. He came over for some pizza and beer, and I told him about my abduction. Bigfoot actually called me a freaking liar, and that, my friends, pissed me off. I threw the greasy pizza box in his face, and I told him to get his hairy ass out of my house. Yeah, that Bigfoot's a big jerk. He thinks he's so cool because no one knows he's alive. Plus, I think he's secretly a clownophobe. Anyway, unlike other abductees, the aliens never came back for me again. Much like on this planet, I have been blackballed. This time, however, I have been blackballed on an intergalactic level. Not even they want Ripper the Clown. Whew. I guess aliens are like people. They don't like me because I'm different. And you know what? Now I hear in the news that the president wants to give all the illegal alien citizenship. Well, let me tell you something, America. If you give citizenship to the They Live aliens, you're all going to get probed. And I mean, you'll get probed and probed hard. Repeatedly. Everyone but me and Roddy Piper, because Roddy Piper is a gum-chewing, ass-kicking machine, and Ripper the Clown won't get probed because, once again, I must reiterate, I'm a special snowflake. And now, everyone at home, you need to cheer me wildly, as if I'm Arnold on steroids. Girl with the camera, you're not cheering me wildly.